Hi, welcome back to A Simple Low Carb Life. We're now beginning Module 5, Video 2, which is about meal planning. Hopefully you've had a break in between. And again, please don't cram these in. Take some time in between the videos so you can absorb all the information. So let's talk about some meal planning ideas. How do we put this all together to actually make meals that taste good, that keep us interested? Well, let's look at some breakfast ideas. We're not going to basically list every one of these and talk about them, but here are some ideas. How about for breakfast, you have a couple of scrambled eggs plus a link of sausage, or perhaps you saute some ground turkey or some veggie crumbles if you're not a person that likes to eat a lot of animal protein. Put some shredded cheese on it. Makes a nice breakfast. If you're not a big breakfast eater, perhaps you could have a low carb shake that has at least 15 grams of protein in it, which most of them do. Just be sure and read the labels and make sure they're truly low carb, plus a couple slices of bacon. You could also have deli turkey slices and a cheese stick, a couple of fried eggs, and maybe a half of a Haas avocado that's sliced up. Smoked salmon and cheese wrap. So basically, you take the smoked salmon, you put the cream cheese in the middle, and wrap it up. Really a good, quick, easy breakfast. You could make a 2 egg omelet with throw in some sausage crumbles. You just take a link and crumble it up and put it in there. Put a little, maybe a tablespoon of shredded cheese. You could have 3 slices of Canadian bacon and a poached egg with 1 teaspoon up to 1 tablespoon of blue cheese salad dressing, which you can make yourself or you can purchase. My favorite brand is Lighthouse, Litehouse, usually found in the refrigerated section in the grocery stores near the salads. It's really very tasty. But you can also make your own very easily. Perhaps you could have a 2 egg omelet with crumbled bacon, a couple strips in it, and a half a cup of diced sauteed zucchini thrown into it. You could have a couple of turkey sausage links or patties with a deviled egg, perhaps cottage cheese, a half a cup with 2 strips of bacon or sausage, either one. You could have a couple of deli slices with a boiled egg if you want to eat on the run. If you have the desire for yogurt, don't buy flavored yogurt, which is extremely high in carbs, but buy plain unsweetened yogurt, and you can flavor it however you like. But if you purchase PB2, which is dehydrated peanut butter, it the purpose of doing this is so you can use it in this exact type of preparation, but basically you can sprinkle a teaspoon of it into the yogurt and mix it up, and it becomes a peanut butter flavored, almost like peanut butter pie consistency. It's really good. If you want some sweetener in with that, just throw in a little stevia, and perhaps you could have a boiled egg with it to add some more basically fat to it as well as some more protein. If you're really on the run, you could have a protein bar that aiming for less than 5 grams of net carbs, such as the Atkins Indulge bars. Those have a fairly good profile. If you're a person that wants to make pancakes and don't want to actually bother with making the mix that's low carb, you can actually buy prepared low carb mixes, and you can find them on our website on our online store. They are basically 2 of those small pancakes. You could put some Walden Farms zero carb pancake syrup on it, which really tastes just like pancake syrup. I trick my daughter with it all the time. At www.asimplelowcarblife.com /online store HTML. So you can find it online there. You can also look at Dixie Diner low carb biscuits. If you miss biscuits, it's really not possible to find low carb biscuits in any grocery store that I've ever seen. But you can buy this low carb mix if you don't want to make them yourself with a recipe. And again, on our online store at the link you see on the screen, Dixie Diner is a company that makes these, and you can find them on Amazon and other areas as well. If you go to our store, you just click on that. You can put it in your cart and order it up. And actually, I often will make these at home when I don't have time to make my own recipe. And it's really quite tasty. Now, how about some lunch ideas? Now, lunch on the run. Basically, we have some suggestions for that, but you can have lunch where you actually sit down and have food, which we recommend. You do better if you don't just eat on the run. So here's some ideas for that. If you have 2 roast beef deli slices, uh, along with a couple of cups of lettuce, a cup of, I'm sorry, and 1 chopped green onion and approved salad dressing, you've got a nice little salad with some um, protein in it. You could also have 2 cups of arugula that's just raw, not sauteed or cooked, with some Caesar salad dressing. Add a fourth cup of sliced radishes, an ounce of shredded cheese, and 1 to 2 ounces of grilled chicken. You've got another protein added salad that's filling. It's substantial enough in size. It's really good. You could take a can of tuna if you want to have something be really simple. That's in spring water, not packaged in the oil, because it's usually packaged in polyunsaturated oils, which you don't want. But if you open a can of tuna or a packet of tuna that's packaged in spring water, add a half a cup of chopped red cabbage and approved salad dressing. You can mix that up and have a tuna salad. That's really good. And if you actually put some of that on lettuce, it's really a good tuna salad. You could have a half of a medium Hass avocado and add to that a half a can of salmon on top and a tablespoon of cream cheese for a tasty, easy lunch. Takes you 5 minutes to make. You could fix a 3-ounce hamburger patty, 3-ounce, basically 3 ounce of uncooked meat, with a slice of cheddar cheese on top and a couple slices of iceberg or romaine lettuce to use instead of a bun. And then you can pick it up and eat it. You can put aioli on it or mustard uh, or any other condiment that's low carb. You could also have a 3-ounce grilled steak over a cup of sauteed spinach that's sauteed in olive oil or avocado oil. Really nice warm lunch that's tasty and filling. The steak is quite filling. You could grill some sardines or herring. Again, if you can find them packaged in water, that's better. Along with a half cup of diced tomato and a half of a medium Hass avocado diced up, topped with Tabasco or some other picante sauce. Makes a nice uh, makes a nice lunch. You could grill some shrimp and saute garlic and put that over a cup of sauteed kale. You could also have 2 deviled eggs with a cup of veggies of your choice and add an ounce of cheese. So these are great, easy lunch ideas. Very simple. In terms of dinner ideas, if you go to our website on our blog page, there is a blog page about how to rice cauliflower with various recipes on how you can use cauliflower in place of rice, to puree it and use it in place of potatoes, and to do some other things with cauliflower. So if you look at the link on the screen, you can basically copy and paste that, put that in your, or make a screenshot, copy and paste it, put it into your web browser. You can go to that page. You can basically have some of that prepared cauliflower puree from one of those recipes with 3 to 4 ounces of baked salmon that you've topped with garlic, and add a cup of sauteed spinach, and you have a great, filling, delicious meal. You could grill a pork chop, a 3 to 4 ounce one, with a half cup of steamed broccoli that's sauteed or steamed with garlic and olive oil, along with a cup of lettuce, and you could add the blue cheese salad dressing, 1 to 2 tablespoons, a delicious dinner. You could also grill steak, 3 to 4 ounces, add a cup of sauteed zucchini that you've sauteed in olive oil or avocado oil, and you can add a half a cup of sliced radishes and jicama that's mixed together, and dip those in a salad dressing of your choice, and they're very crunchy. Add a little sea salt on that, and you've got a nice crunchy snack along with your steak and zucchini. You could also fix 3 to 4 ounces of baked cod or halibut. You could add 2 tablespoons of herb butter on top. Uh, Along with that, you could eat a half a cup of sauteed Swiss chard, plus a half of a medium sliced tomato. Nice dinner. You could also grill 3 to 4 ounces of chicken and use Walden Farms barbecue sauce that you can find on our online store on the link on the screen as well. The beauty of Walden Farms sauces and salad dressings is they are all 0 calorie, 0 carb, and 0 fat for that matter. So it is nearly impossible, and I've never found them, to find any kind of barbecue sauce that does not have sugar in it. Barbecue sauce always has sugar in it. Well, this company has made a number of brilliant sauces and salad dressings that taste really good, that you can use in place of that. And they have 3 or 4 different barbecue sauces, and they're all good. I've tried all of them. But if you put that on the grilled chicken, you will think that you have high carb uh, barbecue sauce, and it's incredibly tasty. Now, if you want to have potatoes, and you know you can't on this particular way of eating because they're so high in carbs, turnips or rutabaga make a great replacement for potatoes, particularly rutabaga. So if you have a half cup of baked turnip or baked rutabaga fries that you've added the spices of your choice on, I usually put garlic, salt, pepper, and um, usually some type of cayenne or Creole seasoning. Um, then you can add also a cup of lettuce of your choice with an approved salad dressing. You've got a great meal that doesn't seem to be low carb because it's barbecue chicken, fries, and salad. Uh, it's not something that you're normally going to find in a low carb fashion. You could also make lamb kebabs with a cup of grilled eggplant, 1 diced green onion mixed in with that, and a cup of mixed green salad with an approved salad dressing from your list, or Walden Farms, which is 0 in carbs. 1 to 2 tablespoons of that for another great tasting dinner idea. You could also have 3 to 4 ounces of tri-tip steak with an arugula salad of 2 cups, topped with Caesar salad dressing with some diced tomatoes, about a half a cup on top, and some green onion. You could also roast turkey and have about 3 ounces worth of that sliced, a half a cup of roasted cauliflower florets that's topped with olive oil and garlic, and a cup of sauteed spinach. And again, you can spice these however you want. The beauty of a low carb pantry is having various and large variety of spices. Um, I basically have Indian spices, Thai spices, Chinese spices, Mexican spices, all types of spices, so that those same particular items, for example, spinach or cauliflower, you can spice in various ways to make it taste entirely different. So, if you're in the mood for some Mexican food, you could use some ground hamburger or turkey, or even Morningstar crumbles, 3 to 4 ounce serving, and use the seasonings that would normally be used for tacos, which would be cumin, chili powder, onion, garlic, salt, pepper. You could add a diced green onion, one of them, and an ounce of shredded cheese, and a half cup of diced tomatoes on romaine lettuce to use as the tacos. If a nice big slice of romaine lettuce makes an excellent taco replacement, then you just put the meat on that lettuce, and it stays inside of that a lot easier than it does on an actual taco. And you can put whatever hot sauce that you want on it. So hopefully you've gotten a number of ideas here for some meals. You can always look back at this video for more ideas, and go to our Pinterest boards as well, and our Facebook page, that you can find more ideas. And we're going to go over that in a little bit. But if you're in the mood for ham, find a ham that has the lowest amount of carbs in it, because sometimes they put brown sugar in it. But you can have baked ham, around 3 to 4 ounces, with a cup of sauteed zucchini, a half a cup of jicama that remains crispy crunchy, and you can dip those in blue cheese dressing, the Lighthouse brand as I mentioned, or you can make your own. Perhaps you're in the mood for grilled shrimp, and you could have a cup of garlic and olive oil sauteed fennel along with that, a cup of mixed greens topped with an approved salad dressing. You could also make grilled chicken strips, about 3 to 4 ounces, and if you want it to be Thai flavored, you find the PB2, uh, basically the peanut powder, which again you can find on our online store, and some grocery stores have it. But regular peanut butter doesn't mix very well because it has so much fat in it. So it doesn't make easy sauces, or it certainly doesn't make an easy thickening agent because it doesn't dissolve. PB2 will, so it makes a great peanut sauce. So if you make the peanut sauce by just adding some water to it, actually to reconstitute it, over some shirataki noodles that you can find either online at our online store or in some grocery stores in the usually in the section near tofu. You can put that sauce over the grilled chicken and the shirataki noodles, or mix it all up together, and then add a couple of cups of lettuce and an approved salad dressing of your choice. If you can find an Asian one, that'd be great to go along with this Thai flavored shirataki noodles and chicken. I make that all the time. It's delicious. Now, you may be wondering about, well, what can I do for snacks? I mean, I need to eat something between, mid morning and mid afternoon, something between my meals. So there are a number of things you can do for snacks. You could have, if you have access to a refrigerator in your workplace or wherever you are, then you could have a half of medium Haas avocado plus one mozzarella string cheese. You could also have a celery stalk and a hard-boiled egg as a snack, which is an easy snack to have. You could have a deviled egg, which would be 2 halves, one whole one. It's a nice snack. I eat that often. If you really don't have the means to refrigerate something, you could select a low carb protein bar. Again, you can get ideas for that or even purchase them at our online store. And the link is included in several places in our video. You could have some sliced cucumbers with blue cheese salad dressing that you dip into it as if they were a chip. They're really good. You can use blue cheese or Caesar if you want. Sliced radishes will do the same, whether they're conventional radishes or daikon radishes, either one. You can have a half a cup of those and just dip them in salad dressing as you would as if it was a chip. You could have a deli slice of turkey, ham, roast beef wrapped around cream cheese to make an easy portable sandwich. You could put a tablespoon of the cream cheese on it. You could also just simply have 1 to 2 ounces of cheese, have 4 to 5 cherry tomatoes that are dipped in or covered in blue cheese salad dressing. You could have a salted celery stalk that you dip in a tablespoon of reconstituted PB2 peanut butter or conventional peanut butter. Make sure that if you're using regular peanut butter that you buy the peanut butter without added sugar because the amount of carbs can go up dramatically. You could also simply have any flavor that you find of a low carb protein shake. Again, read the labels to make sure that it is 1 to 2 grams of net carbs. You could also make peanut butter coconut bark, which is the main ingredient is coconut oil, and then you add the peanut butter flavorings. Here is a recipe at our website that you can make this peanut butter coconut bark. It does contain a small amount of peanuts so that as this recipe is made, you can eliminate the peanuts and just use the peanut butter if you'd like. But if the peanut flavor that's added to this coconut bark is a trigger food for you, then you probably want to not have that until that goes away, if it ever goes away. Nuts can be a real trigger for people. So if you eat that, just be careful. And if you're eating peanut butter for that matter, it can be a trigger for people too. So have that on your radar. So don't be afraid to experiment with a lot of flavors, seasonings, and low carb recipe ideas because you will find many, many wonderful, delicious foods that are higher in fat to replace the carbs that you're not eating. And frankly, if you think about the things that you crave in your life, whether they may have been high carb, but they were usually high fat is usually what we're craving. So there are many wonderful foods that you can have on a low carb diet because they are higher in fat, and that's what really tastes good. Fat makes food taste good. You can also just enjoy yourself. Open up your mind to trying various things, and you might be surprised what you end up liking. There are a number of low carb substitutions for just about any high carb food that you can even imagine. And if you go to our blog page as listed, the low carb substitutes for high carb foods, if you even go to the main website and look under blogs and select that particular blog page, you can read about a number of substitutes that take the place of traditionally higher carb foods that you can just add to your regular diet now that you're in the low carb lifestyle. So besides our website, there are a number of great recipes and blogs that are free online. Basically on our blog pages, you'll find a number of them. You can also find them in our recipe section. And here are 3 other websites that I just love. They have wonderful recipes, number one, especially alldayidreamaboutfood.com. Isn't that a great name? But essentially, all 3 of these additional websites are very important in that they have nutritional information listed on every single recipe so that you know exactly how many servings that recipe will make and how many carbs, protein, fat, calories, etc. are in one serving size. So I highly recommend these. Authority Nutrition also has some meal planning ideas, as does Adkins has a lot of free information on their site in terms of recipes and meal planning. All Day I Dream About Food particularly shines in creating a number of brilliant um, sweet recipes. If you're missing cakes, cookies, pies, etc., she has wonderful recipes for a number of these things, and you simply follow the nutritional information and count the carbs and the protein accordingly. Now, this is our main blog page is what it looks like, and basically you can go through there and look at any blog pages that you might find interesting to you, and you can see listed on there a number of things: the low carb substitutions, how to rice cauliflower, etc. You might find that useful. And again, these are free. Here's our main menu of recipes. You just click on any of the links and it will take you to the recipe page. We're always adding to those, so do come back and visit. Here is a page on basically a typical low carb day that's found on our website with links directly from it, so you can link to the recipes or the pertinent information in that typical day, so you can get some ideas. There are many, many, many recipes that we have of our own, as well as curated from other sites that were hand selected, hand curated because of their low carb recipes, and also some meal ideas and other tips. So there's a link to our Pinterest boards. Please pin our recipes so that you can keep track of them. This is how our Pinterest boards look. We have a number of them that aren't all shown in the screen, but basically you just click on any of those boards and you can see all the individual pins that are listed. Congratulations. Hopefully you've gotten some good tips and ideas on what you can do to start throwing your meals together. And you do want to plan ahead, especially at the beginning, so that you don't get yourself caught in a situation where you are forced nearly to eat off plan. So take a break before you start the next video, and we'll see you on the next one.